Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and of course, once again, welcome to the High Pro Village. We're at Denby 2022. Good afternoon to the folks in house. Good day, Miss Lelani, and of course, to all our friends online viewing. We have a special presentation, especially to all my friends who like curried goat and manish water. Well, I have here two special folks, right? So, them say I St. Mary, them come from an unforeseen journey into agriculture from entertainment and trade compliance. Ray, having an extensive career in the music industry, went from traveling the world, staying in the most expensive hotels, hobnobbing with diplomats and celebrities, to sleeping on a divan bed, waking up to being covered with red ants and rolling out of bed into ankle-high water levels. We're not going to get into that, Ray. I'm just introducing Ray. And of course, we got Trudy, Miss Corporate America. Living in high-rise condos, consulting with major corporations, including Netflix, Church's Chicken, and Sotheby's. Also traveling extensively. Only touched dirt when she fell. I'm telling you, folks, she only touched dirt when she fell down. She now buys diapers for bottle, kid goats. Wow. Diapers for bottle, kid goats, and enjoys playing in goat poop with gloves, of course. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I introduce you to two wonderful folks, Ray and Trudy from the Cabra Ranch. Good afternoon, Ray and Trudy. Welcome to the High Pro.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. Thank you.
You good?
I'm wonderful.
So we can take this and run with it?
You take it, sir, and you run with it. I'm gonna go over here and see if there's any curried goat.
All right, let's do this. That's a brief introduction to who we are.
And we are Cabra Ranch, located in Highgate, St. Mary. We're an agritourism destination based on goats. Everything. All about the goats.
We're sending Texas. Some more females go to the pasture, some more females go to the pasture, and the production animals stay in to pay. And get paid.
So you may notice that our house is the shape of an octagon because we wanted to make it interesting. It was actually a compromise. I really wanted a circle.
Over to the team from Jamaica Moves if you want to pass that information to us.
So we came up with the octagon again to make it more interesting for when tourists come to visit.
Yes, it looks cool. Our system is the rotational grazing system. Animals are not fed in the same way some consistent days. They change pastures every day. And the animals that are in production, that are in the house, they do a phase feeding system. So the mothers that are in production get high protein, supplementary concentrate, and any animal that goes to pasture does not get free. And that's how we keep our system economically viable and gradual. Oh,
All right.
didn't realize we were looked that good. Thanks to Hyper Training Video for that clip.
Yes.
We did that 2 years ago.
Yeah, actually, our videographer is right here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's right here. Okay, let's get into this and tell the people what we're here to talk about.
All right. So we're trying to put a little spin and a little vibe on this. So for those of us that don't understand Patois, there is an English translation
Yes.
below our agenda here. Okay. So first, we're going to tell you a little bit about our story. Then we're going to tell you what we do as a farm. Then we're going to tell you a little bit about our experience. We also want to talk about goat milk production because that's something that many of us don't know about. We're going to talk about value-added products. What are all the things you can make from goat? And then last but not least, we're going to give you some contact information because you can have valuable information here. You're going to want to come reach out to us. All right?
Yes. All right. What's the story?
What's the story?
How did we get here?
Oh, okay. So this really all started with goat milk lotion. So in Atlanta, I used to make goat milk lotion at home. and then everybody tried it. My mother is the first one that tried it, actually.
Thank you.
Thank you. My mother is the first one that actually tried it, and she loved it. And so, you know, mothers, they sell their children, and all their children does. So it went from there. Everybody else used it, and everybody else loved it. And then my brother said, "You should start a goat farm." I'm like, "What?"
You came to Jamaica. You came to Jamaica, saw goats running around, and decided that you wanted to gather them up.
Yeah, I couldn't just take up the goats
No,
off the
they
road.
belong to people, Trudy. They're not
Oh.
wild goats.
Okay.
So that's when I said we should start our own thing, and here we go.
So yeah, so the vision, because we talked about I'm corporate America, very foo-foo. So we have a foo-foo farm, okay? So anybody that doesn't like dirt and poop and smell, come visit us.
Yes.
All right. So we actually created a vision board, guys. Never underestimate the value of a vision board, because you see this picture right here? It's actually on my vision board. All right, so we wanted to give you an idea of what that looks like there. But not only did we want to have a goat farm and goat production and all that, we also wanted to make sure that we could contribute to the community.
Yep.
So if you're gonna move in somewhere, you gotta be able to contribute as well. Clicker.
What happened to the clicker? Okay. Go ahead.
So
One-
curiosity met interest, and interest met passion, and here we are at Cabra Ranch. All right.
Yep. That's what happened.
That's what happened.
Yeah.
You sure? Okay, I'm having a challenge with this clicker, so you talk.
Okay. Our objective, our vision, and a mission is what's going on with the clicker? Is to help grow the sector, teach others about goat husbandry and the products we can get from goats, create a destination for tourists, students, the community.
A learning ground. Anybody can
it's
come
like
and
a
learn and
learning ground
experience.
and
being
relaxation
a
too.
farm. Yes, absolutely, definitely relaxation.
Yeah.
All right.
And we also, as it says, open up avenue for ministry economic opportunity for our community.
Yeah.
That's the number one objective for us, is to be participating in our community in a positive way, contributing back to our community and helping advance the sector as much as we can.
So what do? We actually broke this down into 4 sections. Firstly, we're a semi-intensive system.
Yeah.
And what that means is some of our animals stay in our production house, and the ones that actually stay in the maintenance zones, they go to pasture.
Hyper is very powerful. They can tell them to turn it down. Don't you guys agree? They're not playing it for anybody. Nobody over there. Tell them to turn it down. Okay, let's go.
Alright. So you want to explain the semi-intensive
Yeah,
system?
okay, so we run a semi-intensive system, meaning that some of our animals stay in the goat house all the time. They get fed there, and they do everything in the goat house. Those are the animals that are in production, meaning they're about to have kids, or they have kids on them, or they are the bucks that we need them to service on a whim, so we make sure they are there in the house. The animals that goes grazing are the animals that are open, meaning they can be bred, or they're not pregnant. So those are they're in maintenance mode, and they're all females. And those animals go to pasture. They do not get concentrate and all that extra treatment because they don't need it. They can survive on just grass and water. And if they get sick, we give them some vitamins.
Alright. Then, as we talked about before, we do rotational grazing. And that means it's structured grazing. We make sure that they don't go to the same spot on consecutive days. And they don't come back for what?
Yeah,
6
they don't
weeks?
come back for 6 weeks.
Yeah.
They do not repeat the same spot for another 6 weeks. And that helps us with our parasite control and our pasture management.
All right, technology. So we've always said this is not your grandfather's farm. We want to use technology to help grow the sector and help
Yeah.
us create a system that we can work with. So several different things we use. We use solar technology for our mobile fences, as well, of course, your laptop for data entry and for record keeping.
Yes, and we use all the technology that can apply to the farm, whether it's a solar energy,
mobile electric fence, and softwares that keep track, that do record keeping. All of that we utilize on the farm. Everything that we do is in electronic form. I don't think we print anything.
No, we don't print anything. We're
Yeah.
trying to save trees.
Yes. Yeah, and we try to be efficient by using technology to get done. Well, whatever we need to do, we try to use technology to be efficient and productive.
Everything is structured.
Everything is structured, yeah.
Our main focus right now is genetics and milk. So we're pushing milk a lot. So I want everybody to come and visit us at our Small Ruminants Hypro tent. Did I say that correctly?
Yeah, the Small Ruminants Hyper Lounge.
Yes.
Yep.
You can sample cheese and yogurt, and you can also buy cheese,
Yep.
yogurt, and lotion.
Yeah, so
All right,
we
so
have
come
a
check us
whole
out.
bunch of value-added products from goat milk over there.
All right.
Yeah. We having challenges with this clicker.
All right. So what's been our experience?
Whew. Our experience has been a roller coaster. And if you're getting into farming at any level, any type of farming, be prepared for the physical work, the mental work,
And emotional.
and the
work.
emotional work.
Yeah. If you
It's-
want to do it right.
If you want to do it right, if you want to be successful at it, be prepared for hard work. Yeah.
What's like dealing with the culture and the mindset around here?
Okay. I'm Jamaican, born, grow, everything. But I've been fortunate to travel. Been fortunate to work outside of our Jamaica environment. So when you get exposed to how other culture do things, other companies do things, the infrastructure they put in place, the efficiency, everything, then you come back to Jamaica and you say, yo, I
I can do that.
can do that. I can
Okay,
get
it's
my
easy.
people, my friends, to be that efficient, to get them to understand time management, let them know how important it is to be punctual, what it means to communicate at a certain level in order for us to be efficient and productive. Never happened. Nobody understood what we're talking about.
So we had to make some
So
minor adjustments.
we had to adjust ourselves in order to try to get our team members to adjust. It took us some time, and we're still working on it.
Yeah. So assembling a good team has been a challenge. We have a great foundation now, thank the
Yes.
Lord. But we're still looking to build on that foundation. So anybody who is interested, please reach out to us. We are
Yes.
looking for help.
We are always looking for good team members.
All right.
Team members adapting the new technology.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's hard. Because
That
everybody's
is-
stuck on the old mindset. Well, this is the way my grandfather used to do it. This
Yeah,
is the way we
right,
used to do
right
it.
there, right there. We're in
Mr.
the green
Curry goat
room,
over here.
and this guy said the only thing he knows about goats is bring them out, tie them out, eat grass, and curry them. This guy. So we're here to let him and a bunch of other people know there is a lot
A
more
lot more.
to goat production than just tie them out and do their thing. You can get all kinds of benefits from having a successful goat production system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the other things we experienced is it was really hard to find information.
Yeah.
And so we were, I got a lot of head nods over there like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, we can't find any information. Luckily for us, we did 2+ years, almost 3 more or so
Yeah,
years.
almost 3 years of research.
Before we bought the first goat. So we created a library internally, and then what we started to do was share that information with other people.
Yes.
As well as incorporate other people to help us share that information. So many of you might know, and some of you don't know, that every Saturday night, except last night,
Yes.
we do a live goat chat. It's iGoat Chat on Facebook and YouTube.
Yep.
And what we do is we bring in experts to help us discuss any topic as it relates to goats, as it relates to farming, as it relates to running a business. Because this is not just a farm, this is actually running a business. So we've had people like Mr. Khalil Brown. Who else is in here that's been on here?
We had Dr. Denny.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Dr. Denny came out
and
too.
yes.
We had people from the tax office, the tax department,
Yep.
come in and talk about filing your taxes. We had banks come in and talk about a business account versus a personal account and getting business loans. So And Prager Larceny, thank you very much.
Yes, we did
have
have
people coming to talk about Prager Larceny.
Assistant Commissioner of Police came and
Yes.
talked about Prager Larceny.
Actually, twice.
Twice,
He
yes.
came on twice.
Yeah.
All right. So we're also thinking of other avenues to share this
Share
information.
information.
So we're touting iGoat Fest. We're gonna work on
Yes.
that. And then iGoat U.
Yeah.
iGoat University. Get it, guys? Get it?
Yeah, iGoat University is going to be a space where we can
Yeah.
post information, give training on
On-site and
specific-
online.
Online and on-site.
Yeah.
We're working on that.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about goat milk production.
That's all you.
No, you start the
Can
first
I
part.
exit side?
No,
stage?
no, you go first.
Okay.
All right, so husbandry.
Goat milk production all starts with the husbandry of the animal. How do you take care of the animals? Are you feeding them well? Are they comfortable? Are they drinking enough water? Everybody know milk is 99% water. So the goats have to have access to water 24/7. Clean water, right? And then you have to make sure you feed them well. That is where the challenge comes in, because he says you just go out and tie them and they eat whatever. Doesn't happen like that at Cabra Ranch. We make sure they're fed as per their needs, their production needs. So they're fed, animals that are in the milking program are fed concentrate and higher quality forage, because they're producing milk. If you want to get that milk from them, you got to give them stuff.
Yeah.
So, and then you got to make them comfortable. As humans, we know we will not perform well if we're not comfortable. And the same goes for the goats. So we try to create a comfortable environment and feed them well, make sure they're get water all the time, and that's how we get the milk and good growing kids.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the second part of the goat milk production, we call it harvesting and storaging the milk. Guys, it's not that hard. I'm going to be honest, right? So we're going to walk you through the manual version of doing this, okay? So the first thing is, you're going to see that it starts and ends with sanitization. Sanitization, is that the word? Sanitizing, all right? Thank you. So we have to prepare all the utensils for the milking. We have containers, we have jars, we have the cooler that we have to get
Yes.
out with ice and water, because you have to cool down the milk as soon as possible. The second step then is actually harvesting the milk. We have a small picture here. And what you'll notice is he has a glove on his hand. Every time we milk a goat, we have to have a different glove on the hand, because you don't want to cross-contaminate from one animal to the other. But actually, before we actually start milking the goats, we do what's called, I always say this wrong.
Go for it. You're the product.
we squirt
It's
3
strip.
squirts.
It's 3 squirts, but it's called stripping the teeth.
It's stripping. Why do I always say that wrong? We strip the goats, 3 squirts from each teat,
Yes.
to remove the bacteria, right? After we
and
do that,
to check if the milk
that's
is
right.
good.
And after to check the milk, to look at it to make sure it's
Yeah,
good.
You got to
okay?
physically inspect it to make sure there's no trace of blood or if it's
Discoloration,
discoloration, all
anything
that.
like that. Absolutely. But we don't throw that milk away. We actually save it and we feed it to other kids that need milk, or we give it
Give
to the
it to
dogs.
dogs, yeah.
All right. After we do the stripping, then we clean the teat with a solution of Dr. Bronner soap, lavender oil, and tea tree oil. Make sure it's nice and clean. Then the milker gets the glove. He squirts the milk into a glass sterilized container. Then that's collected and actually put in a bigger container that's in a cooler.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the whole thing goes back to square one, which is sanitize before, sanitize after you're done.
Yeah. And then after we collect all the milk, then it's filtered. Again, a very simple process. It's like throwing something through a strainer.
But that's because we're at this level now. When next year, when I step up production,
Oh, okay.
it's going to be like a vat.
Okay.
It's going to filter one time. It's
Okay.
going to get, what they call pasteurized, everything, and we ain't touching the milk.
You guys heard it here, so I can.
Yes.
All of you are my witnesses.
I'm putting it out there. And you know what I mean?
Again,
There's-
chilling the milk,
my rich friend's going to come invest in it. Yeah.
chilling the milk, getting it, reducing the temperature as quickly as possible is the main aim of the game. And then, like I said, at the end, we sterilize everything again for the next day.
Yes.
All right?
Is that it? We're done?
Oh, I pressed the wrong button.
Oh.
All right, so what do we use this milk for? Well, several different things. Value-added products. We broke them into health and beauty, food, and then I put the sky is the limit because anything that you can make with any other kind of milk,
Yeah.
you can make that with goat milk, right? So we're currently doing lotion, shower gel, of course, soap. We're gonna branch into other avenues like shampoo and conditioner. For food, like I mentioned before, we're doing milk and cheese, and we're just in the beginning stages. But there are two other companies that also are doing value-added goat milk production. That's Trin Jam and Ruby Dairy. We all work together as a sector, all right? Because it's a small group. We're a close-knit family. So they offer other things. Not yet condensed milk. That's probably on my list. I'm going to try to get that done. But they both do yogurts, as well as Ruby Dairy has a awesome goat milk cheesecake that is to die for.
Yes, you
All
guys
right?
need to go try that.
And you can find them in a couple different grocery stores in Los Chuchon and
Yeah.
another one.
I don't know.
I don't know. Anyway, but they're in a couple grocery stores in Kingston. All right. All right. What are the advantages?
The advantages is, okay, if you have a well-run goat production business, you can, I by myself, just thinking, identified 5 to 6 different streams of revenue that you can generate from a successful goat business. One, if you're into meat, then your focus will be meat. But if you're, that's why he's gonna invest, because he loves curry goat. But let's say you're into milk, you still can supply meat because you have to breed the goats to get the kids to get the milk. So then you will have, you're gonna have kids that you have to either keep to replace your mothers when they get old, or you can't keep all those ram goats, those bucklings. So you're gonna have to either sell them to somebody else or keep them and turn them into meat. Then the milk, you can sell goat milk for drinking, or you can take the milk and create value-added products, as we've been talking about. Lotion, soap, cheese,
Anything. Sky's the limit.
Sky's the limit when it comes to that. And then the hide, like the skin, you can make slippers, you can make,
skin to make drums.
yeah, you can make accent furnitures,
Yeah.
furniture.
Furniture.
Thank
no
you.
S.
No S on furnitures. Thank you for that. And yeah, so you can use the skin to do all that stuff. And
For us, there's a destination
destination, you can
and
turn
a learning
you can turn your
environment.
operation into a learning facility for students to come, or for tourists or visitors if they want a farm experience. They
Yes.
can spend a weekend and you can teach them how to take care of the animals or to milk the animals, all that stuff. And we have one more up our sleeves.
What's that?
Cabra de Caca, is that what it's
Oh,
called?
wow.
What is it?
Well, we're going to
West
start
Bank.
selling manure.
Yes. But the name of
I
it
shouldn't say
is
start. We've
we're
already
gonna
we're
s-
already
yeah,
doing
we're
it.
selling it. But the name of it is Cabra de Caca, right?
Okay. Moving right along.
Yeah. That's it.
All right. So the other advantage then is like anything with farming and agriculture is food independence,
Yes,
which is
yes.
the theme of today's Denby 2020 for Hypro. All right.
Then
Food
the
in-
22.
2022?
Yes,
It's
that's what we are.
2022?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's 2022.
Yes.
Anyway, so when it's all of the stuff that we mentioned for revenue basically falls on the food independent
Food
side.
independent. Food
So you're
independence.
self-sufficient. You can actually provide food for your community or a larger group.
Yes.
If you want to scale up and start servicing grocery stores
Yeah,
and
even-
restaurants.
Even
and-
if you just love goats and you want to keep 4 or 5 for yourselves, the different things you can get
yes.
from just having 4 goats. You know what I mean? Goat milk is the pH balance of goat milk is closer to human, so people who are
Absolutely.
lactose intolerant can drink goat milk
Typically
than
can
they
drink
can
goat
drink
milk and not
the,
have any
the
problem.
milk from cattle. And if you have 4 goats in your backyard, people, that's what my parents and grandparents used to do. They have 4 goats. They save one for Christmas time, sell one for back to school, all that stuff. So that's how you become independent. You don't have to worry about these things, right? So there we go, the advantages of having a successful goat operation. What else we got?
All right. So challenges.
Challenges.
Okay, let's start there. Oops.
Oh,
I didn't do that.
what are we doing? Are we out? I don't remember what it's supposed to be.
Okay, so one is access to genetics.